Hello everyone and welcome to a new Surviving the Aftermath stream. As usual, I am Davide and I'm here to make everybody's life miserable in Goo Town. Oh no, wait, that's not what's happening today, is it?
Not this time. Not this time.
Not this time. As you can see today, I have two very special guests. I have, first of all, Venla, who was already our guest. How long ago was it, Venla? I think it was like 8 months ago or so.
I'd say maybe 8 months ago.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
great to see you back. Venla is a game designer at Iceflake.
Yes, that is correct.
And then we have also Patrizia, who you all might know from the City stream. Because we have...
Yes, that's where I made Maddie's life miserable, but now I'm here. Because I'm, replacing you, Davide. So I got your special community developer role on Surviving the Aftermath. So I guess community will have to deal with me now. Update 12 is going to be our last big content update for this year and for the early access. However, we're still planning to, obviously we're not stopping working on the game, but we're introducing 3 enhancement patches. So those smaller patches will actually focus more on polishing out the game and improving the overall gameplay experience. So we take a lot of the feedback that you're passing, guys, and obviously working on it, and some of those things will be introduced in our enhancement patches that are coming really, really soon. So you'll probably see it on the roadmap on the website as well, and obviously more information to come, even this month, I would say. So there's something to look forward to besides update 12 in December. Also, just to give you guys a heads up, we're also going to do a final price increase when the game launches in 2021. The title of the update is Nuclear Winter, so as probably everyone can figure out, we're going to have winter in the game, but it comes as a special winter catastrophe. So maybe a question for you, Venla. What actually inspired you guys because again, the first initially the update was called Homestead, but
Yes.
We changed to Nuclear Winter. So was that community feedback or maybe some feedback from the studio that changed the decision?
Actually, we have been planning winter for quite a while, almost since from the beginning. Winter was always like something we wanted in the game. Of course, we're from Finland, and that's like the natural catastrophe, if you'd like to call it that,
Yeah.
like in here. So it just it fit greatly. You know, the winter is really coming. Like we're in December right now, or yeah, right now we enter December, so it just fit greatly, like to introduce this new update here. Right now we're in the we call it the fall phase. So technically there is only one catastrophe, that is winter storm, but the first phase is it's kind of like you would have autumn or fall. So in this phase the visuals slowly start phasing in to the final winter visual. So snow starts like trickling in, and the buildings, they get this lovely visual implicating their cold, and things like this keep happening. Then what happens in this like prelude to winter is that the fields, as with other catastrophes, they get out of use slowly. So if you have like potatoes or something that is or endures catastrophes better, then they will wither slower, and there are differences between all these crops and plants. This fall also affects farms or ranches. So if these buildings are not heated, the animals will start or stop reproducing.
Is there
during this
any
time.
Is there any way to save the crops? Like you can prepare for the autumn season, or it really depends what kind of crops we planted, and like you said, they're going to behave slightly differently, but eventually they will all wither, or there's like some mechanic we can...
Eventually, yes, they will all wither. So it's kind of like if you picked a crop that was, well, it yielded better, but it was kind of more risky, so it will die quicker. But then you can always, well, if you have researched the tech, you can build those greenhouses. So if you have those in place, so they are in here actually, these beasts do withstand winter and fall, so you can continue growing crops over there.
Okay, so just to sum up, we have like the winter catastrophe always starts with the fall season.
Yes.
And we have, I can also see the snowflake icons. So
Yes.
I guess that's the cold condition that I read about.
That is the cold condition. The cold condition is a condition that is not critical. So it's kind of like when you had the dirty condition. So it's it does not take away the health of the colonist in any way, but it means that the colonist's health has or temperature has dropped, and when winter arrives, they're quicker to enter hypothermia, which means that the colonists are actually in the risk of dying from the cold.
If they're getting the cold condition, are they trying to like hide away or something, or they still function as normal?
When the colonists are cold, they do seek to look to their homes. The shelters are a way for the colonists to warm up, but the homes have to be heated, and for that purpose, we do have the heaters. This one is called a burner. It's right here, and you can see the effective area around it. So this is the home that the colonists live in, and you can see the cold condition disappears once they enter their home and sleep in their warm, nice beds.
So basically, we always need to make sure there's a burner nearby a colonist's home, right? So they will get rid of the cold condition over the night.
Yes, we have two sorts of heaters. So the first one is right here, what I showed you earlier, and then this one is the radiator that uses energy to work.
So I guess for the radiator, we still need to develop the tech tree, right? Like we cannot just have it right away. Okay.
No, this one is available from the start.
And how long the fall cycle lasts? Is it like a number of days, or it depends really? It's randomized?
It depends a bit. So we have the system where the game tries to guess like where the player is. Is the player doing good or bad? So if the player is doing too well, then the catastrophe is a bit longer. So that means the fall phase can last from 1 to 2 days, and winter, I believe, is 2 to 3 days, and then the spring phase is a really short one.
So we have the full year in a span of few days. That's nice.
We do, yes.
Okay, so I assume after fall there's the winter that comes, and I'm still surprised we have so little winter is coming and other references to got in the chat. I'm waiting for more. But we have our second cycle, which is winter. So I think we're speeding up the time, or are we already in the winter phase?
We are very soon at the winter phase.
Yes.
I could just skip a bit. So you can see here the visuals slowly starting to look more winterish, like snow has taken over the colony, which looks beautiful. One thing that I'd like to mention is this pollution does melt the snow from around it. So you can see, for example, here, the snow has evaporated. Oh, and now we have entered winter. You can see it from here in the notification that winter storm is upon us.
Yep. So what's happening in winter then?
What's happening in winter? Well, a lot of things are happening in the winter. First of all, these buildings at the shore, as you can see, the lake has frozen, and without proper heating, these are out of use. you can see that from this small floater from above the buildings. So this is aqua farm. Here we have the water collector. These are all out of use. Can't use them. What else happens? What I already mentioned was colonists can now enter hypothermia, which makes them lose health, basically. So they have to spend more time in their huts, which are hopefully heated, so they can actually like gain that temperature back.
So it can be cured by
it can be cured. Yes, but like homeless colonists and those in like worse shelters are in a worse shape, because better housing provides for like better insulation, so the temperature rises faster and better.
Yeah.
Also here, like the heaters use just like they did in the fall period, but well, they do burn firewood. I think I did not mention this. So if you had little firewood, I would suggest to pause this building during fall so you can have enough firewood during winter, because that is the most critical phase of this catastrophe.
And then we have the last cycle, right? But I think we'll have to wait in the game to get to spring.
Yes, we will. I'm not sure we will get there, but spring is it's the phasing out phase, I would say, when the snow melts and you are getting back to the normal. I would then say summer phase is the normal, or the whole game before like this phase.
Yeah.
So then you can colonists are not healed yet. Like if they have hypothermia, they can still die, but no new colonists should enter hypothermia or gain the cold condition at this point. And the buildings will be back in use except for the fields.
Okay, so it's just like phasing out, basically, like finishing the event. So the colonists that have hypothermia will still have it, but new colonists cannot get it. And I think they cannot be cured as well, like automatically by going outside, right? If they have.
No. When the summer comes, then everybody's warm, so that's nice.
Waiting for summer then. And the fields are also suffering from in spring. The temperature is still not high enough. So do you have your favorite phase of the cycle?
Well, I have to say this winter, like midwinter, is so beautiful. Our art department worked hard on this, and I absolutely love it, the snowfall and everything. But I do like spring as well, as the audio or sound design in there is so hopeful and nice. You have these birds that are tweeting, and it's like a new beginning. So I love that too.
Yeah, it will be hard for me to decide. I don't have the favorite one yet. I need to play a little bit more. We also have, again, some questions from High Maintenance. We have tier 3 clothes. Are there any tier 3 tools? Or anything else hits the tier 3 level?
Yes, so I think I can show them here. So here you can see the level 3 clothes, which are protective clothing. Level 3 tools have also been introduced. They're called superior tools, and also an automatic rifle in the weapons department. So that's a very powerful new weapon.
Sorry, High Maintenance. It's not machine guns with tier 3 guns, not yet. Not yet.
Yes.
But still should be very helpful with defending your colony.
They are a little bit harder to build. They need some special or harder to get resources, but if you manage to make them, I'm sure they will be helpful.
Yeah, that's a goal to work towards too. But yeah, that will be the whole cycle for our winter catastrophe event. So again, starting with fall, going for winter, ending with spring. And the most important thing to remember, just keep your colonists warm. Yes. So that's kind of the extension of our previous update 11 that was literally called quests, right? That's where we introduced the mechanic to the game. So we have 13 new additions. So maybe just to as a reminder, even if people like just joining us and haven't played the game before, what are quests exactly?
Quests are like a chain of events that mainly happen in the world map. So it always starts like this. I have one quest waiting over here. So they always start here in the campsite, and then they, well, let's see. They evolve to the world map, which can be seen from here. So new locations will spawn, and the specialists will have to go to those locations and reveal a bit more information and make some decisions, and then like that get that quest in some sort of conclusion.
And again, I hope I read the patch notes right. But now the quest will also involve bandits, right? I don't think that was the thing before.
Yes, so that is the big new update, and I think I could show that to you as I have this very specific quest here prepared.
That would be great.
This is called Swarming Rats. Would you like to do the honors and read this for me?
Of course. Swarming rats. The dead rats are considered to be more of a nuisance than an actual threat to well-defended colonies. However, they've recently begun to gather in alarming numbers, raiding and taking over farms in particular. Their stolen loot would be yours to keep if you're able to cut their numbers in half.
So this is the setup to the quest where you can choose to take up the quest or say like, nah, that's too dangerous, or I don't have time for that at the moment, and wait for another quest to spawn. But I think we will choose to liberate the farms. That sounds quite interesting.
We're in a helpful mood today. So yes, we want those things that the bandits are holding as well. So yeah,
definitely. So Dead Rats is a name of a bandit group. And now that we have accepted the terms, we head on to the world map again. Also, what you can see here, what I failed to mention before, is that now you can see which kind of catastrophe is ongoing on the world map itself. So here you can see a little bit snowfall.
That's looking nice.
Yes. So here are the spawned locations from this particular quest. Which hopefully I have more specialists nearby. It would seem that this is my closest specialist, which I can command to this bandit location and fight that dead rat.
I absolutely love the art used for the for the bandits and our specialists. It gives a lot of character to the game.
They are great. I love them too. And now, because of the recent updates, I can attack twice in a turn. So I choose to do that. And let's hope that yes. So now that I've successfully defeated a bandit, the quest advances. Would you like to read this one again, please?
Sure. The first farm has been cleared of dead rats, and the local populace emerges from their hiding spots to thank you. Time to move on.
And here you gain some loot, and you can continue. Here you can see this specialist called Salt was done with his mission, and now we have this lovely pop-up that tells what we have gained in the last turn. What else is new here? Well, the specialists take more time in these locations, and you can see this beautiful floater on top of them too, which indicate like what their status is, and also you can see here how many days it will take and the rate per day and everything else that the UI tells us.
I think it's more clear. Again, from my perspective, it looks better, but I don't have that much experience with the game. Obviously, joined the team a month ago, and I started playing around like 2 months ago, maybe. So I know the world map was not introduced from the beginning, but I can already see like some stuff. It's just way easier to read, I would say, with this update.
Yes, I would say so too. Thanks UI team, you did a great work. I really adore this.
Definitely. But yeah, of course, I noted down some stuff, again, to not get lost with all the new things. So now with specialists, they can scavenge locations based on the WM. Oh, okay, now I got confused by my own notes. Oh, yeah. So they scavenging the locations based on the time and not the action points, right? That's like one of the changes coming with that update.
Yes, so now the scavenging of resources will take some turns instead of the action points that it used to take before. So once you enter a location like this, you can see that the action has started happening, but you do not gain resources quite yet. You gain them after one turn, but whenever you like to, you can cancel the mission if you do not like to spend 3 days here or realize that you actually do not need this many jackets. Whichever the case, it reduces the amount of micromanagement needed to control the specialist when you don't have to move everyone in every turn.
Yeah, because I think those like we got a lot of feedback on this, so that's I'm very happy to already see it being addressed in this update. That like it's a bit easier to manage specialists on the world map, because we got like a lot of feedback about that. So there we go. There are some improvements, and hopefully you will like them. Obviously, we will still be waiting for your feedback. We're making the game with you. We want to make the game that you want to play. And we also have selecting a specialist will now show floaters on top of all deposits in the colony the specialists can gather from. So it should.
Oh yes.
Yes. So this should help.
I could show that in a moment, but I realized that we have this nice car update as well. I would say that all the cars are not broken anymore initially, as we realized many people did not understand that you actually have to fix the cars to use them. So now you have actual ready-made cars that can break at some point, but then everybody knows that that is not how they're supposed to be used. So now we have these way more efficient ready cars that you can just hop in. But on to the deposit. Okay. Yes, you can see them right when you select a specialist. You can see here there's small concrete ruins, and there's some planks, berries. I think you can also see like meat carcasses. Yes, over here. So you can see 4 types of deposit floaters when you have selected your specialists, if you have a correct type of storage room. So if you can collect them, these floaters will show up, which is great because as you can see, it can be quite hard to see like where these carcasses are, as there's so much vegetation. So these floaters should make finding all these things much more easy.
Yeah, very, very nice addition. We have a fertility overlay and a temperature overlay that I think is connected with the winter catastrophe, right? So maybe we can show those off.
We could show those. The overlays have also received other kinds of small improvements that maybe you can spot in the game, but here you can see the temperature overlay, which currently is blue as well, winter is upon us. Yeah. You can see here the temperature slider that tells that blue areas are freezing and yellow are kind of chill, and the red ones are normal. You can check the state of buildings easily with these colors, and also the heater's radius is easily visible in this overlay. Here we have soil fertility.
There we go.
And definitely in the winter, this is helpful, as you cannot see the ground. The green means that it is, of course, fertile soil, so it provides best yields for the fields, and wells work better, and it's easier to plant more trees.
Yeah, so if you're
And-
crazy enough to plant something in winter, that's the overlay for you, definitely.
This is the one, yes. And the barren soil, of course, gives you an idea where you cannot place certain buildings. So yeah, this is something I have personally hoped for a long time, and I'm very happy to see it actually working in the game.
Colonists, resources, and buildings categories of the statistics menu have been completely redone, so maybe we can take a look at those.
Definitely, yes. So here is the statistics menu. The first page is probably something like you would remember it, small enhancements. But we have moved the categories. We have moved them up. Before they were here on the left, and now they're here. But what really has changed a lot are these three tabs that are completely redone. First of is the colonist tab, and what is new here, you can easily see is the colonist a carrier or a worker, how much health, pollution they have, their happiness, conditions. This conditions tab is very useful. I've myself used it many times to see colonists who have like trouble or problems, and tools, clothes, weapons, and where they live and work. So you can see basically everything from here. In the resources tab, you can see all the resources you had, pretty much same as you used to, but you can also see the daily and monthly production. The monthly production means roughly, well, it's 36 days if I remember correctly. So you can see like how many of those resources you have produced in the long run, and how much are you currently using, and so on. The buildings overlay shows all kinds of interesting and important stats as well. How much storage space these some of the buildings have, their health and their pollution status, workers, what kind of seeds they have chosen, etc., etc.
Yeah,
so
having
very cool stuff.
Yeah, having all those stats in one place definitely helps with the management. So I'm very, very happy to see that, and it's very clear to read and easy to find stuff that you need. So yeah, very, very happy with that addition as well. Venla, thank you so much for representing Iceflake and joining us today. Again, it was a huge pleasure to have you here. And yes,
as well.
Again, we're done with our Surviving the Aftermath live stream, but stay tuned because there's a big event coming. We have our Empire of Sin release day, and there is a live stream coming right after ours. So stay tuned for that and enjoy. And again, thank you so much. We'll see you in New Year then. Bye!